All right, FightHype.com. Pleasure to be joined by the eldest of the three Vargas boys, Mr. Fernando Vargas Jr. Great sparring today, looked really good. But first of all, 2-0 now. When will you be back in the ring, Fernando?
Honestly, right now, we had a date for April, it was the 8th. And we're supposed to do a Ring City show. So that would have been my third professional fight. But for whatever reason, they canceled the show. So they canceled the show. And then Tommy Loeffler told me that the 22nd is what it's looking like. So just like 2 more weeks. But if that doesn't, pull through, because maybe it's a stacked card or whatever, then we'll see whatever's next. But right now, I'm just listening to my team, my pops. And Tommy Loeffler is working with us. So, for those of you that are in the boxing world or don't know who Tommy is, he used to manage Triple G. And, it's great to work with someone.
Work with the Klitschko brothers as
well.
Work
with the Klitschko brothers, too. Yeah, he actually brought the Jordan deal to Triple G. So, we're just excited for what Tommy can bring to the table. And, God willing, we could build our record with him and then, eventually see what these promoters are talking about.
Shawn Porter, I believe, was ringside for your last fight in Puerto Rico. Did you get a chance to talk with Shawn? I know he said some good things after the fight about you.
Dude, I love Shawn. Shawn Porter is a hell of a dude. Very respectful person. We were just talking about it the other day at Capetillo's. He's such a stand-up guy. Not even boxing, just in general, he's a good person, and he could relate to me a lot. My dad could be very militant. You know what I mean? He wants perfection because he knows that this game, bro, you could really get injured. And I'm sure no son wants to see their son on the canvas or hurt or really damaged from the sport. So, the least amount of punishment you could take in the sport, I know that it's good. But he just talked to me like, hey, listen to your pops. Like 95% of your dad he's gonna die like that. The way he is, you're not gonna change him. So you gotta just follow suit. And whatever he says, whether it may not be the best way of him saying it or, conveying his message across, but, I know my dad wants the best for me and Shawn sees that. So he just extended his hand out to me whenever, I need help for sparring. I mean, what world champion tells you that they'll help me? So
you sparred with Shawn before?
I have.
Okay, yeah.
It was good work, man. It was crazy. I'm gonna be real with you. He drowned me with his conditioning, bro. You really gotta be in shape to go with him because he'll keep a pace. And it's kind of hard to look good against Shawn Porter, especially if you're sparring. So, that just taught me that, you're only as good as, your conditioning. So,
what camp was that you helped work with for? Do you remember what fight he was getting ready for?
I think it was for Earl Spence. When he was going to fight Earl Spence, that's what it was.
Southpaw, tall,
bigger. So,
gave him that look.
Yeah, I gave him that look. So, ever since then, we kind of just, whenever we see each other, he always kind of just pulls me aside and, mentors me and just gives me good advice.
And one thing about Shawn, I'm sure you may have learned is it's about how you look on fight night, not in sparring, right?
Yeah.
Because Shawn may not win sparring trophies, but he wins on fight night. So.
Yeah, definitely. I feel, he's a true, athlete, year round. He told me the way you spar is the way you're gonna fight. So don't think, come fight night, you're gonna do something totally different. So if you're getting caught with something over and over in sparring, you better make that adjustment in there because if not, it's gonna happen in the fight. So Shawn's such a great world champion, and I know he's kind of aiming for Terrence. Everybody kind of wants Terrence right now, and that'll be a hell of a fight.
Do you think he could pull it off against Terrence?
I'm pulling for him.
Right.
I'm cool with Shawn, so I'm gonna be rooting for Shawn. It's definitely gonna be a tough fight, but a game Shawn could give anybody problems. So I hope he gets that fight and he pulls it through.
What would be his best chance to win that fight? Stylistically good.
You can't let Crawford get comfortable. I feel Crawford could do it all. He could box, he could counterpunch, he could bang, he could box if he wants to. So it's kind of like whatever you want to. You can't play chess with him. I mean, I just feel he's too smart. You're not gonna catch him with feints. You gotta make it rough in there. You gotta try to get him with condition. I don't know. They haven't cracked him yet, but Terrence is a switch hitter. Like my little brother Emmy. So Terrence is one of my favorite fighters. So, but Shawn, he just has to come and make it rough in there. Honestly, I mean, that's the way I see it.
I gotta ask, what if Crawford gets the Pacquiao fight?
Right, they're talking about that, right?
Who do you think will win that fight and why?
Man, I'm gonna have to edge it out for Crawford. He's just so good right now, bro.
He's in his prime.
Yes, in his prime. I feel him, Canelo, they're really hard to beat right now. I feel they're in their best time, you know what I mean? And I just want to see him with Earl already, man. I don't know. I don't know what's the holdup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know,
you got love for Earl being a tall southpaw yourself.
Yeah, I like Earl. Earl's actually really strong and got a good jab. Walks everybody down. He don't care if you're bigger than him. You know, I like that fight. But yeah, you know, they're both great fighters. You know what I mean? Canelo and Terrence are great fighters.
The two best.
Two best.
Yeah. And Fernando, you know, just the last 9 months, we've seen you grow so much as a fighter. You know, leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
Why is that? Your dad, he feels you're more consistent and more dedicated than you've ever been. Why do you think you're seeing growth, you know, in the ring?
I feel it's focused, bro. You know, sometimes, you know, especially us millennials, we think we know it all. You know what I mean? They're just saying this, or maybe I could do it my way. But you know, world champions have got to a certain level because, you know, most of them have followed a certain game plan. You know what I mean? And it worked for them. And usually it's the old school game plan: staying in the gym year round. You know, not partying, man, not drinking, not smoking, be a year-round athlete. And you know, I feel I just put it all together, man. You know, I feel everyone has their struggles, but when you know what you want and you put your full mind to it, you know, like you said, you see the improvements, man, and I've seen it. I feel my condition's gone better, I feel sharper, you know. I didn't have that much amateur experience, but I'm learning on the job, so, you know, it's a blessing having a former world champion and father in my corner telling me how I'm supposed to look. If I'm not looking good, he's the first to tell me. So, you know, that motivates me, that pushes me. There's a legacy before me. You know, there's the last name behind me. When I'm in there, I don't think about that. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Like, cause I'm the one running. I'm the one, you know, sacrificing, me eating right, getting up early, running, doing 2 days, 3 days. But, you know, I'd be lying if I say I didn't feel it, the pressure at times. Right. You know, juniors feel that, you know. It's hard having, you know, doing your own legacy, doing your own path when everyone's still, no matter what, gonna compare you to
your name's Fernando Vargas.
Yeah, it's junior, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's difficult, man, but at the end of the day, it motivates me and it's pushed me to new levels, man.
Thank you, Fernando. Thank you, brother.